Before you waste your hard-earned money on a car that won't even last 40,000 miles, watch this. These 10 cars are known for breaking down way too soon, costing owners thousands in repairs. Save yourself the headache and check this list before you buy. Before you make a costly mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more car buyer tips. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. The Dodge Caravan, America's favorite minivan for soccer moms and road trips. But this thing has a lifespan shorter than your kids' interest in their latest hobby. First introduced in 1984, the Caravan became a household name. However, in later years, especially models from the 2011 to 2020 era, this minivan became infamous for early breakdowns, often before hitting 40,000 miles. Both Consumer Reports and J.D. Power surveys have ranked the Dodge Caravan among the least reliable minivans, citing major transmission failures, engine stalling, and electrical nightmares as common issues. The 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 sounds excellent on paper, but in reality, it suffers from excessive oil consumption, lifter failures, and timing chain issues. The 6-speed automatic transmission is a ticking time bomb. Frequent overheating and premature failure are common complaints. The Caravan gets 17 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon highway, which is not terrible until you realize you'll be spending way more on repairs than fuel. A used 2019 model still sells for around $20,000, but trust me, you don't want this money pit in your garage. Ever driven one? The ride is bulky, noisy, and rough, making every trip feel like an off-road adventure, except you're just going to the grocery store. And maintenance? Mechanics love it because it keeps them in business. If you love spending thousands on repairs and sitting on the side of the road with your hazard lights on, the Dodge Caravan is your dream car. You buy an SUV thinking it'll take your family on road trips, grocery runs, and school drop-offs without a hitch. But with the Dodge Journey, you're more likely to take an unexpected detour straight to the repair shop. Introduced in 2009 and discontinued in 2020, for good reason, the Journey promised affordability but delivered breakdowns, recalls, and buyer's remorse. The Dodge Journey consistently ranks at the bottom of reliability charts, with Consumer Reports and J.D. Power flagging its terrible transmission, engine failures, and electrical gremlins. Owners have reported complete engine shutdowns before 40,000 miles, and that's just the beginning. The base 2.4-liter four-cylinder is underpowered, unreliable, and prone to oil leaks, while the 3.6-liter V6 offers more power but drinks oil like a college frat party. The 4-speed automatic transmission shifts like it's confused about what gear it should be in, because it probably is. At 19 miles per gallon city and 25 miles per gallon highway, the Journey is not even fuel efficient enough to justify its mechanical failures. A used 2019 model still costs around $18,000, but be warned, that price does not include the thousands you'll spend on repairs. Drivers complain that the Journey feels sluggish, wobbly, and outdated, while mechanics love it because it keeps them in business. From faulty brakes to dead batteries, this SUV makes unexpected maintenance a part of your daily routine. The Dodge Journey is not a journey, it's a trap. If you want a durable SUV, look elsewhere. Otherwise, buckle up for a wild ride to financial regret. Dodge tried to revive the Dart in 2013, hoping to bring back the glory of the classic model from the 60s and 70s. Instead, they gave us an unreliable car that barely made it to 2016 before being discontinued. Dodge wanted a fuel-efficient, sporty sedan. What they delivered was a mechanical disaster wrapped in a cheap plastic interior. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power said the Dart suffered horrible transmission failures, engine issues, and electrical nightmares before hitting 40,000 miles. Many owners experienced random stalling, dead batteries, and complete transmission meltdowns. The 1.4-liter multi-air turbo sounds cool, but it is a mess. It burns oil like a bonfire, suffers from turbo lag, and is known for misfiring spark plugs. The 2.0 and 2.4-liter engines, not much better. Both are notorious for premature head gasket failures and overheating issues. And don't even get started on the terrible dual-clutch automatic transmission, which has all the smoothness of a blender full of rocks. While the Dart does 24 miles per gallon city and 34 miles per gallon highway, that fuel savings won't matter when you spend thousands on repairs. A used 2016 model can be found for around $12,000, but trust me, you can find a better way to set your money on fire. Driving a Dodge Dart feels like playing a game of will it start today. Owners report rough shifting, unpredictable acceleration, and a dashboard that lights up like a Christmas tree. Mechanics have seen so many of these that some probably have a dedicated Dodge Dart disaster folder in their shop records. The Dodge Dart was supposed to be a comeback, but it was a farewell. If you see one for sale, run the other way. Which of these cars surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you think this list is bad, wait till you see what's next. The Ford Escape sounds like a roomy, affordable, and fuel-efficient SUV. But if you're hoping to escape costly repairs, think again. In particular, models from 2013 to 2016 have earned a reputation for early engine failures, transmission nightmares, and electrical issues. What was supposed to be a trusty daily driver turned into a mechanic's best friend before even hitting 40,000 miles. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power ranked the 2013 to 2016 Ford Escape as one of the most unreliable SUVs due to catastrophic engine problems, faulty turbochargers, and endless transmission issues. Some owners even reported engine replacements at just 30,000 miles. The 1.6-liter EcoBoost turbocharged engine was a disaster on wheels. It suffered from coolant leaks, often leading to engine overheating and complete failure. Even the 2.0-liter EcoBoost was unsafe, with turbo issues and excessive oil consumption. And the transmission? The 6-speed automatic was known for jerky shifts and premature failure, often requiring a complete replacement well before 50,000 miles. It gets 22 miles per gallon city and 30 miles per gallon highway, but you could drive a gas-guzzling tank with all the money you'll spend fixing it. A used 2015 Ford Escape sells for around $15,000 to $18,000, but investing in this SUV is like buying a lottery ticket for breakdowns. At first, the Escape feels smooth and responsive, but over time, the shaky transmission, random engine warning lights, and electrical glitches make every drive an adventure and not a fun one. Owners also complain about frequent check engine lights, dead batteries, and faulty air conditioning. The Ford Escape does a great job of helping you escape your savings. If you don't want to spend your weekends at the repair shop, run in the opposite direction. Hybrids are supposed to be reliable. Better fuel economy, longer lifespan, and fewer trips at the gas station. Sounds perfect. However, the Ford Fusion Hybrid, especially the 2010 to 2015 models, broke that trend by giving owners a hybrid of expensive repairs and regular mechanical failures. Ford tried to create an eco-friendly option for the Toyota Prius, but instead, they built a car that barely makes it to 40,000 miles without issues. The Ford Fusion Hybrid has below-average reliability ratings from Consumer Reports and J.D. Power, with frequent transmission failures, battery problems, and electrical nightmares. Some owners even experience complete power loss while driving, a terrifying experience you don't want at 70 miles per hour. The 2.0-liter Atkinson Cycle inline-4 engine paired with an electric motor should have been efficient, but Ford's hybrid battery packs were infamous for early failure, often before hitting 50,000 miles. Worse, the CVT frequently overheated, jerked, or failed, and replacing these components is ridiculously expensive. Sure, it gets 43 miles per gallon city and 41 miles per gallon highway, but when your hybrid battery dies and costs $5,000 to replace, those fuel savings disappear fast. A used 2015 model sells for around $14,000, but you could budget another $5,000 plus for repairs. At first, the Fusion Hybrid feels smooth and quiet, but as the miles pile up, so do the issues. Owners report random shutdowns, laggy acceleration, and a dashboard full of warning lights. For maintenance, if you love hearing, "We need to order that part from Ford," this car is for you. A hybrid should save you money, not drain your bank account. The Ford Fusion Hybrid is a ticking time bomb of expensive repairs. If you want a reliable hybrid, stick to Toyota. Your wallet will thank you. The Jeep Wrangler is an icon of adventure, built for off-roading, mud trails, and rugged terrain. At least that's what the ads say. But in reality, many Wrangler owners never even make it past 40,000 miles before facing significant breakdowns. Whether the 2012 to 2017 JK models or the newer 2018 Plus JL models, this SUV has one of the worst reliability records on the market. Consumer Reports has consistently ranked the Jeep Wrangler as one of the least reliable SUVs, with terrible transmission issues, electrical failures, and steering problems. J.D. Power ratings also show poor long-term dependability, with many owners reporting engine stalling, oil leaks, and random power loss. The 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 sounds solid, but excessive oil consumption, faulty rocker arms, and cylinder head failures say otherwise. The 2.0-liter turbocharged engine is known for overheating, turbo failures, and expensive repairs. And the infamous death wobble, a violent front-end shaking that makes the Wrangler feel like it's about to fall apart, is a common complaint Jeep still hasn't fully fixed. The Wrangler's 17 miles per gallon city and 25 miles per gallon highway is not terrible for an off-roader, but fuel costs are the least of your worries when you're spending thousands on repairs. The used 2019 model sells for around $30,000, but doesn't include the extra money needed for repairs and modifications to keep it running. Driving a Wrangler feels fun for about the first 10 minutes. Then you notice the terrible ride quality, loud wind noise, and stiff steering. From transmission replacements to leaky roofs, owning one is an adventure, but mainly in the repair shop. Owning a Jeep Wrangler is like buying an overpriced, unreliable brick on wheels unless you take this off-road every weekend. If you value your money and sanity, steer clear. The Chevrolet Cruze 2008 to 2016 first-generation models was meant to be Chevy's answer to fuel-efficient, budget-friendly sedans like the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla. Instead, it turned into a mechanical nightmare that hardly reached 40,000 miles without a trip to the shop. If you love mystery warning lights, overheating engines, and surprise transmission failures, congratulations, you found your perfect car. Consumer Reports gave the first-gen Cruze some of the worst reliability scores in the compact car category, citing constant engine problems, failing turbos, and electrical gremlins. J.D. Power surveys confirmed that owners frequently experience cooling system failures, power steering issues, and complete engine shutdowns. The Cruze came with a 1.4-liter turbocharged engine, which had a terrible habit of burning oil, leaking coolant, and randomly overheating. The 1.8-liter non-turbo wasn't much better, suffering from timing chain failures and excessive vibrations. The 6-speed automatic transmission is known for jerky shifting, premature clutch failures, and total breakdowns. With 26 miles per gallon city and 36 miles per gallon highway, the Cruze seems fuel efficient until you realize you'll be spending all your savings fixing its endless problems. The 2015 model sells for around $9,000, but be prepared to spend that much again on repairs. At first, the Cruze feels smooth and comfortable, but as miles rack up, strange noises, sluggish acceleration, and sudden engine warning lights appear. Mechanics are all too familiar with this model because they've probably worked on hundreds of them. The Chevrolet Cruze proves that not all small cars are built to last. If you want a compact car that won't give you nightmares, stick to a Honda or Toyota. Your future self will thank you. BMW is known for making luxury, performance-driven cars, but if your BMW has the infamous N54 engine, found in models like the 2007 to 2010 335i, 135i, and early 740i, you might want to start saving for repairs now. Sure, it's fast, sounds amazing, and is loved by enthusiasts, but it's also one of the most unreliable engines BMW has ever made. Many N54 owners don't even make it to 40,000 miles before facing significant issues. The N54 engine is notorious for poor reliability ratings across multiple surveys. Consumer Reports flag these BMWs for their constant engine trouble, turbo failures, and fuel system problems. J.D. Power surveys back this up, with owners reporting frequent breakdowns and costly repairs. The 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged inline-six is an engineering masterpiece, with one of the worst maintenance records ever. Common issues include high-pressure fuel pump failures, turbo wastegate rattle and failure, leaking fuel injectors, carbon buildup, and coolant and oil leaks. These cars get around 17 to 25 miles per gallon, but who cares about fuel economy when you spend thousands on repairs? A used BMW 335i with an N54 still sells for $12,000 to $18,000, but expect to put another $5,000 plus into repairs within the first few years. Yes, the N54-powered BMWs are insanely fun to drive, but only when they work. Expect random misfires, turbo lag, and check engine lights popping up like notifications on your phone. And mechanics love N54s because they bring in a ton of business. BMW's N54 engine is a dream to drive, but a nightmare to own. If you don't have deep pockets for repairs, avoid this money pit at all costs. Imagine buying a sleek mid-engine sports car in the 1980s only to have it catch fire before hitting 40,000 miles. That is the Pontiac Fiero experience. Introduced in 1984, the Fiero was supposed to be GM's answer to affordable performance, but due to terrible engineering flaws, it became infamous for engine fires, oil leaks, and catastrophic failures. In the day, Consumer Reports called the Fiero one of the worst-built cars on the road, and J.D. Power gave it rock-bottom reliability ratings. The early models suffered from severe oil leaks, overheating problems, and poorly designed engine mounts, leading to, well, explosions. The 2.5-liter Iron Duke 4-cylinder was notorious for cracked engine blocks and oil leaks. The real problem was the cramped engine bay, which trapped heat, leading to oil catching fire. GM later upgraded the Fiero with a 2.8-liter V6, but by then, the damage to its reputation and many actual cars was done. The Fiero has 20 to 26 miles per gallon, but fuel efficiency doesn't matter much when your car is ruined in flames. Today, a used Fiero sells for around $5,000 to $15,000, but you better have a fire extinguisher handy. When it wasn't burning to the ground, the Fiero was fun to drive, but drivers complained about poor handling, electrical issues, and an overall cheap interior. And mechanics remember it as one of the worst engineered GM cars ever. The Pontiac Fiero was GM's attempt at innovation gone wrong. Look elsewhere for a mid-engine sports car that won't turn into a bonfire. The Chevrolet Vega 1971 to 1977 was supposed to be GM's answer to small, fuel-efficient imports like the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla. Instead, they delivered a car so poorly built that it often didn't even make it to 40,000 miles before falling apart. With a self-destructing engine, paint that flaked off within months, and a body that rusted faster than a tin can in salt water, the Vega quickly became one of the biggest automotive flops in history. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power trashed the Vega for catastrophic engine failures, rust-prone bodies, and terrible build quality. Some Vegas didn't even last 20,000 miles before major breakdowns. The Vega's 2.3-liter aluminum block engine was an engineering disaster. It suffered from overheating issues due to a poorly designed cooling system, warped cylinder heads that led to oil leaks and engine failure, excessive oil consumption, some Vegas burned through oil faster than gas, and rust-prone timing belt covers that crumbled away. With 20 to 30 miles per gallon, the Vega was fuel efficient until it broke down. In the 70s, it was cheap, but today, a Survivor model sells for $5,000 to $10,000. Just don't expect it to last long. Vega owners quickly learned to keep a toolbox in the trunk. The car rattled, overheated, and left drivers stranded constantly. And if you parked outside, rust would eat through the body panels before your morning coffee got cold. The Chevrolet Vega is proof that not all cars are meant to last. If you see one today, congratulate the owner, because they've somehow beaten the odds. These 10 cars will drain your wallet, test your patience, and possibly leave you stranded on the side of the road. If you own one, I'm sorry. If you're thinking about buying one, consider this your warning. Want to see more car fails, buyer's guides, and automotive breakdowns? Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the next disaster on wheels.